So the reaction to the death of Hamas terror chief Yahya Sinwar, the elimination of him by the IDF. If this was a year ago and you told me that terrorists had been killed by Israel or by America, and I saw the reaction of the media, it would be about eyebrow raising and shocking. But today I can't even say that I'm shocked anymore, to be honest. I want to share with you the reaction of some accounts in the media, which are, of course, appalling. And trying to somehow be morally ambiguous and equivocating and somehow saying, he's a freedom fighter to some. It's sickening. The man that orchestrated, engineered an operation that led to mass murder, rape, mutilation, hostage taking. I mean, this is really as evil as you can get, to be honest. But before we talk about the media, we're told that the Palestinian Authority head, Mahmoud Abbas, and his lot, his ilk, they are the moderates in the room, the grown-ups in the room, and that maybe some future Gaza could be run by a PA-administered government. Well, here is Abbas, and the Times of Israel reports that Abbas's PLO mourns the martyrdom, quote, unquote, of Hamas chief Sinwar, quote, a great national leader. And this picture that you're seeing is PA President Mahmoud Abbas leading a prayer in memory of those killed in Gaza at the start of the PLO Executive Committee meeting in Ramallah on October 17th, 2024. They're reporting that PLO, led by Abbas and seen internationally as the legitimate representative of the Palestinian people, expressed its condolences Friday on the martyrdom of Hamas chief Sinwar, calling him a great national leader, urging Palestinian national unity. Some of the PLO's constituent factions also expressed condolences for the terror chief's demise, including Abbas's secularist Fatah party, which said Israel's killing and terrorism will not succeed in breaking the will of our people. So it's terrorism to kill a terrorist, but it's freedom fighting to kill children and innocent people. Bizarre. Sinwar was the architect of the... By the way, when I say kill, let's be clear, we're talking about intentional targeting, right? That's the key thing here. But anyway, Sinwar was the architect of the October 7th, 2023 invasion and slaughter in southern Israel when some 3,000 Hamas-led terrorists burst through the Gaza border, massacred 1,600 people in their homes communities and at a music festival, abducted 251 to Gaza, where 97 are still held hostage. Among the condolences quoted, the PA's official news agency said that messages from the Palestinian National Initiative and the Palestinian Democratic Union, left-wing members of the PLO, which, like Fatah, have expressed opposition to armed struggle against Israel. Meanwhile, Turkey's representatives also expressed condolences. It's sickening. Israel has long accused Abbas and the PA of backing terror by lionizing terrorists as martyrs and paying stipends to jailed terror operatives and families of slain terrorists. It also accused the PA of inciting to hatred of Israel in its education system. Fatah regularly lauds the actions of Palestinian terrorists, and senior officials have at times expressed support for Hamas and its deadly attacks on Israel. Now, I have to show you, there was one of the PA's representatives being asked on, I think it was Sky News, let me just get it up, where he was asked whether he thinks that the death of Sinwar is, a good thing, a bad thing. And here's what he said. Let's just get it up. Let's see, Elon posted it on Instagram. Not sure if I can find it. One sec. Here, have a watch.
Mr. Barghouti, you have for many years been an opponent of Hamas. Is any part of you glad that Yahya Sinwar is now out of the picture?
Absolutely not.
It's astonishing. I mean, here's also Sky News, one of their contributors, talking about Sinwar. Have a listen.
Palestinians and for Arabs and Muslims and many people in the world. He's an anti-colonial leader. He was
anti-colonial leader.
To free his people from Israeli subjugation. And they tell you that anti-colonial fights are bitter, are bloody, soaked in blood, drenched in blood.
Soaked in babies' blood. Burned babies, beheaded men who are just civilians sitting in their kibbutzim, in their homes, intentionally targeted for murder for a bloodlust of Jews. By the way, colonizers, he's saying it's an anti-colonial operation. He is the colonizer. He represents a colonialist force. Zionism is the greatest decolonization movement in history.
So really we're talking about the clashes of narratives. So for
Martyrs. That's what it's all about. Meanwhile, it turns out, the evil is just becoming more and more clear with each passing day. We don't even have to do much to see it for those who wish to see it. We saw also that it was reported that a passport of an UNRWA teacher was found on the body of Sinwar. It's not clear exactly why he had this passport on him, but we certainly know that there has been... So it says the passport's expired in 2017, so we don't know why it was on him, but there's been so much evidence of UNRWA's complicity with Hamas. I want to read to you the words of Andrew Fox, military expert in Britain, who's fought in the British Army and he's one of the most sort of prestigious military commentators out there really at the moment, and he works for a geopolitical think tank in London, the Henry Jackson Society, and he wrote, talking about the way that he's been lamented by some pockets of the media. He said, Yahya Sinwar, we hardly knew ye. And he sort of made a satirical post. He said, rumours abound of the death of Hamas leader in preparation for official confirmation. Here is an exclusive insight into the obituary being prepared by certain Western media outlets. Again, this is all satirical, but that's what he said. World-famous freedom fighter and moderate Palestinian politician Yahya Sinwar was today confirmed dead. It is believed that Sinwar, 61, an elderly brain cancer survivor, was killed in an unprovoked attack by the Israel Defense Forces as part of their ongoing aggression in Gaza. By the way, brain cancer survivor, he was treated in Israel. And I think, by the way, Israel needs to start to seriously question the way that they treat enemies of state. And sometimes they say that, we are people of compassion and light, and we respect human life. When someone is a avowed enemy of you that wishes to kill you, I don't think there's anything right or moral in trying to preserve their life. The austere scholar holding a BA in Arabic Studies from the Islamic University of Gaza was renowned as a tough and uncompromising negotiator. He was also a keen traveller, having spent several years living in Israel. He was famed for his hospitality, welcoming over 251 Israeli visitors into his home over the course of the last year. He was known as a moderate voice within Hamas, and few of his peers ever found cause to disagree with his views. He achieved a degree of consensus seldom found in modern politics. Amazing how he achieved that. A keen potholer, Mr. Sinwar was famed for encouraging the youth of Gaza, both in their education and sense of public service. Under his leadership, Hamas was able to forge diplomatic links with the UN and had significant input into UNRWA's education syllabus. Mr. Sinwar's leadership saw a generation of well-educated youth in Gaza who were keen on activities such as visiting neighbouring countries, paragliding, and attending music festivals. He was a visionary who created an unprecedented engineering achievement underground in the Gaza Strip. However, ultimately his engineering decisions led to a significant remodelling of Gaza's civic infrastructure over the last 12 months. Sinwar will be remembered as a principled advocate for the Palestinian cause who took on an uncompromising stand against the far-right Netanyahu government in Israel. Yahya Sinwar, 1962 to 2024. Sad music plays. And here he has at the bottom of the screen this image. It's satirical, but is it even that far from reality? No, not really. I can't even tell the difference these days, to be honest. But there's two things I'm grateful for, to be honest, besides all of this. The first thing is that at least things are becoming clear for us now. We used to wonder, is UNRWA, the UN, are they really that bad that they're that complicit against Israel? Come on, they're the UN. Or the media, are they really that, do they lie? Are they that biased? Are they that, they're meant to be upstanding institutions? Well, it turns out that yes, they are. And they don't know better. And they are biased. And they are full of nonsense and fake news and all the rest of it. So it's good that things are becoming clearer for us to see. That's point number one that I'm grateful for. And what's point number two that I'm grateful for? I almost forgot what I was going to say now. Let's think. I'm grateful for the fact that while it may seem like so many are against Israel, it turns out that actually it's just these elite institutions, the UN, media, NGOs, politicians, celebrity culture, but actually people on the ground are either ignorant and don't know much, in which case they can be persuaded, or actually they can be very supportive of Israel. So one thing to bear in mind is don't get so caught up in all the hysteria that we see in the media and online, because actually what you see there is very different to reality on the ground. Israel has a lot of friends and a lot of people prepared to be their friends if we can just educate them and demystify Israel and Jews and Judaism and all of that, which is the very purpose of JTV. And that's why we do what we do. And if you want to be more involved and even partner with us and taking this to the next level, please watch this message that I'm about to play for you. If you've made it so far in this video, I have a request for you. JTV has been having a really big impact in spreading the truth about Israel and creating positive associations with the Jewish people, Judaism, and Israel. We've really grown a lot, particularly in the last year, and we're having a really significant impact, both for Jews and non-Jews. But I really want to take JTV to the next level so we can start to compete with the other big online media beasts that are often peddling anti-Israel content. And the way we're going to do that is to scale even faster. So I'd love to build a team where we have other presenters doing shows like me, that start doing documentaries, supplementary content, animated content, etc., etc. And to do that, I'd like to build a bit of a team. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one fundraising day, just one, where we try and build up some funding in order to fund such a team. Now, to do that, it's going to obviously require people to get involved. And I'm wondering if you would consider, if you're watching JTV content and appreciate what we do and want to help partner with us in taking this to the next level and spreading the truth farther and wider than ever before, I wonder if you'd consider partnering with us simply by running a page, a mini page on the fundraiser that we do, where you just reach out to your contacts on that day that we choose to fundraise and see if they'll all chip in. If you'd be up for doing that, of which I would be so grateful, then please click on the Google form link in the video description of this video, where you can simply just put in a few contact details. It'll be a very small commitment, as I say, literally just one day that we'll all agree upon as a collective community. But the impact is going to be so big. There's such strength in numbers. If we all pull together and do this, we can take this to the next level. And as I say, all of us can partner together in bringing and spreading the truth to the whole world. So please do consider clicking on that link, filling in the form, and I'll be in touch very soon to talk about the next steps. Small commitment, but a big impact. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.